The newest Charlie project is titled Music Fashion Film, and the cover art features behemoths from those genres in John Cale, Marc Jacobs, and Martin Scorsese. I was anticipating the drop of this album, and while listening today, I immediately knew I had to make a video of it, and I started to jot down notes as I listened from song to song. So I'm going to be reading from my notes of what I pulled from Music Fashion Film, so let's get into it. With the opener rock music, the production is phenomenal. I love the glitch effects that she uses. It reminds me of You Sexua by FKA Twigs, but as on the nose as the title is, I feel like it is perfect because a lot of people are looking for a continuation or a Brat 2.0. They've already boxed her in to that sound and to that aesthetic because it was such a huge commercial hit. It is her magnum opus commercial wise. So choosing to just make this song kind of frivolous and just introduce this new era with the intro, I think it was the perfect choice. It was the absolute perfect choice, and I loved it. Spring Summer 26 is a magnificent take on celebrity culture, consumerism, and how the masses are hypnotized walking on the runway to their own demise. Within this track, Charlie acknowledges the privileges that celebrities hold that the regular person doesn't, that they can do no wrong in the eyes of the masses as long as they may use their political statements as good PR, or they may put on a good outfit and they may be in the good graces of the masses. When she brought up just putting on a good outfit to then be in the good graces of the masses, I thought of spring, summer, fall, winter, couture, and how celebrities may go out and just show face, just do PR, do a photo op, and then a lot of times people will forget that they have done an atrocity or they might have committed something that was immoral, and all it takes is to just put on good garments or to just use your political statement as good PR. And I love that she speaks on that because she's acknowledging her privilege, and a lot of time when celebrities acknowledge their privileges, they get them revoked and they get them taken away from them by the masses. There's this talking point that's been around for years, millennia even, that art will be the one thing to save us, to awaken us, to give us class consciousness. But within this song, Charlie is taking a nihilistic view on that, and she is saying not even music, fashion, or film will save us from any of it. We will all meet our demise, and the arts will never ever save us. And I kind of agree with her. I truly agree with her on that. Card declined, I took a lot away from. So I'm mostly going to be reading from the paper, but follow along. Consumerism along with capitalism has blinded people from truly doing the work on themselves. They use material objects to mask the real them. They think that buying the right clothes or getting the right furniture, getting the right car could get them into certain subcultures and in some cases social classes. But within this song, Charlie is making an objective statement that these individuals are obtaining these frivolous things, but when placed in the environment with the people who are true to the life and the personalities that they're buying into, the mask slips immediately, and eventually they're seen for the fraud for which they are, resulting in card decline. Then of course she names two pieces of art that signify wealth but also social class. It's a way to weed out who's in the know and who's not in the know, with the mahjong sofa and the jegele kutra. At the end of the song, she switches the cadence and the beat completely to change the perspective of who is speaking in that moment, and it's the working class people who are working endlessly day and night to achieve the life that they dream of, that they don't fit in, that eventually their card will decline once they reach these places if they try to use capital to get there and to not actually do the work. And I think this song is perfect, especially in the day and age of the internet. Camera Charli gets incredibly vulnerable. She starts off the song with explaining her struggle with fame and wanting to bow out without saying anything to the fans, anything at all, just give a French goodbye. She then states that the perception and the gaze of the fans affect her confidence to continue creating art anymore, comparing their gaze to that of a bullet. Then in chorus 1, she gives us her reassuring herself that creating and being in front of the camera, the eyes of the world, makes her feel good. She says, how it makes me feel. She knows how that makes her feel. Within verse 2 is where she takes her power back though. She's okay with failing. She's okay with being bad with her creation. She's okay with it being ugly. She found her spark, and she pushes this even further by saying, all I know is how I feel when I'm creating. And she is silencing the noise, silencing the gaze. I love it. The outro though is phenomenal. She fully takes her power back, and she fully steps into her confidence and saying she can do anything she wants to do. She knows she can be anything she wants to be. She's alluding to her stepping into acting, and she drives us home with the ad-lib saying shoot me, and saying she wants to do something that is dangerous and new, and she is fearful, and she sucks, and it's gonna be ugly. And I love that. This is what little girls need to hear, that they can do anything they want, even if it sucks at some point. They can do whatever. These are the role models we need to be propping up, like Charli xcx. 2007, Charli is recounting her time from when she was a child. In 2007, the year before she released her first mixtape in 2008, her heaven is having that childlike wonder, being in her room, acting out her stardom, acting out her being a pop star, a megastar. And she is saying, I can take you to heaven. Heaven is 2007, right before it all became the fame, it all became too much to handle, and it was just a little girl dreaming, wishing upon a star. She can take us to her bedroom in 2007, which she considers heaven, and I love it. She is so vulnerable throughout this whole album, and it's beautiful to witness. It's beautiful to hear. Within I'm Afraid, we get a lot more vulnerability from Charli, where she is speaking about her insecurities with getting married. She fears not being enough. She fears ruining it. She fears not being anything without her husband. And the chorus is all the things she sees herself as, all the roles in her life that she inhabits, but she is fearful to mess it up. She is fearful to not be enough for this next role that she's stepping into of being a wife. And that's the whole track. There's nothing else than her just telling her feelings. It's true art. It's true art. And yeah, though, it feels like she's really taking her power back, and she's creating on her own terms. She made a song that's kind of comparable to Lift Yourself by Kanye West, where he kind of just stepped out of the boundaries of what it means to songwrite and to also create a song. And within this, she's like, nah. Okay, now. And that is powerful. She lets us sit through her kind of being like, not yet. Now, she's not creating for the audience, she's creating for her. I love that. Wink Wink is like a classic pop song. Even though this is a rock album, this is for her core fan base because she's been a pop star all her life. So this is a classic pop commercial hit that can be on Billboard, that could be performed on the late night talk shows. Nothing too crazy. It does get a little deep though. She's speaking on the fact that she can grow, and she's probably speaking directly to the people who have been commenting on her marriage and making comments about her and her previous life and how she chooses to live her life. So she's kind of saying anybody can change, anyone can grow with the right person, with the right circumstances, and I dig it. It's a good pop banger. With Persona, Charlotte is speaking to Charli. She's really doing shadow work with her art with a major album, and that's on scene with artists of her caliber, her stature. She's truly just healing with this album. I love it. She is calling out her persona throughout this whole song for not being true to herself, for also running away from being vulnerable, which she's been all over this album. She has been vulnerable throughout this project, and she is calling out Charli xcx and saying, you've been running from it, but now we're doing it, and we're doing it on the world stage. Magic Meadow Montana is literally just her giving flowers to Alexander Guy Cook. She is saying, thank you for seeing me, thank you for teaching me, thank you for believing in me, and making creating art and presumably life easier for her. And I love that. I love when people show love to the people that help them. I love that, because I feel like that's a way of gift giving and showing your affection. It's beautiful. It's beautiful coming from the party girl era to this. It's beautiful. The dichotomy is awesome, honestly. And no one lasts forever. She is experiencing radical acceptance and overwhelming confidence. In verse 3, she talks to the listener and she gives advice to be a risk taker, explore the scary places, because this doesn't last forever. This life isn't forever. No one lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. And she is telling us, me, you directly, to take those risks. Do what's scary, because she's doing it now. Going into acting, going into film, going into movies is scary for her. And she's been telling us this throughout this project. And she's saying, hey, if I'm doing it, you can do it. There's nothing different from me, a celebrity, which she spoke on with one of the songs, pointing out the hypocrisy from celebrities to the listeners or the viewers or consumers. So she's saying there's no barrier between us. If I can do it, you can do it. Go for the scary things. And she gives that advice in the song, and it's beautiful. And David Cronenberg ends it with this record skipping-esque speech when you have dust on your record and the player is just like and is saying the same word over and over and over and over again. And that's what it felt like to me. That's what it felt. But I didn't want to pick the needle up and move it. It was butter to my ears. It was amazing. Like, the production throughout this whole thing has been phenomenal. I see why she has thanked Alexander Guy Cook. It's awesome. It's truly awesome. Yeah, it was good. It was a good 30-minute album. A really nice 30-minute project. I've been anticipating it for a while, and it didn't disappoint. It really didn't. Honestly, I don't want to rate it. I don't really like rating art. I just truly feel like all art is on the same pedestal for me. And as long as it makes me feel, as long as it makes me step out of my day-to-day life and transports me somewhere, it's a 10 for me. And this transported me. This made me feel. This put me in the shoes of Charli. So it's a 10 for me. This is amazing. I love this. And a lot of the songs got added to my playlist. Yeah, I will definitely be revisiting this album, but I also encourage you to go listen to this album. It's a good listen. It's a good listen. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'm out. Mwah. Love.